All right, I've got a lot of stuff I want to try today, but first off, the world updates. So you remember how we have this moss here, this grass for all the animals, and it kind of looks gross against the teal warped blocks. And then additionally, we were using this color of fences, which, as you can see, looks really gross. Well, I changed it out to be red brick fences, which I didn't even know existed in the game. They look a lot nicer. And then I removed the warped fences in favor of these bamboo ones, since we're kind of going with that as the accent. Anyway, the reason that I was able to make the red nether brick is actually because of this nether wart farm. I kind of pumped it back up to its former glory. And I discovered fortune effects nether wart. So it makes those red nether bricks a lot less painful. And honestly, I could see myself using those in the future. So definitely want this farm up and running now. And another world update right next door. So you might recall that this had mud all along the bottom. In fact, I still have some of it in here, but the farm wasn't working. Every time I'd log off, the sniffers would just not, they would stop sniffing, basically. And the only way to fix it, I am not kidding, this actually worked, but it's the dumbest thing you've ever seen, I'm sure. I would have to pour water, and then I would have to leash them, drag them through the water, and that seemed to somehow reset things, and then they would start sniffing again. But obviously that's annoying to do every single time I log in, which, oh, by the way, includes if it unloads, like if I go to the nether or something. So I don't want to just be doing that constantly. And what I found is if I switched it from mud to grass, now they just consistently find stuff. But yeah, they find pitcher pods, which we can grow into pitcher plants and turn into cyan dye, which we need a ton of for the Mushroom Resort project. Anyway, so it'll be nice to get a lot of that. So tell me you've played Minecraft without telling me you've played Minecraft. I have inventory management issues. Yeah, there's a lot of tools in this game that we want to use. And things that we want like quick access to. It's nice having it in an ender chest, but it's extra steps, and it would be nice if it was even quicker access. You know, if it was in our inventory and we could just be like, press a button and the mace is here, and now we can use the mace for a little bit. Or, you know, press a button and get the fortune pick. But if we start adding all these extra things and potentially, you know, adding extra blocks, if we're like building something, our inventory fills up just so fast. And so in the past, I think it's actually in here, yeah. It doesn't work currently, but basically we could stuff our hotbar into a bundle and effectively have multiple hotbars just stored in our inventory. So let's work on it today and see if we can get this tool bag working. There's a lot of things that have changed in Minecraft that will actually help us. One of which is custom enchant. So we're gonna make a custom enchant for this tool bag so that we can basically make any tool bag work with it. I really need this. You can see I don't want to throw anything away, even a half broken golden sword. It's like I try and keep everything. We need an inventory solution here, and it needs to be one that we're willing to use. So first things first, let's enable the data pack, and I really hope that I don't regret this. Oh, I'm looking over at my output log. I'm waiting for a bunch of red text to be showing up, and nothing actually showed up. So we should try this out at least once to see where we're at. And you can see my confidence in this data pack. Let's put away all the important items. Okay, so I think the way this thing works is if it's empty, we shift. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't work at all. Gotcha. So we're starting from the ground up. That is fine. We would have had to delete a bunch of stuff anyway. Let's reload here because I made an enchantment already. So we can have an enchantment that is on the tool bag. It'll be running all the time, and you can see it saying, hello there, hello there. But we don't want it running all the time. We want it to only trigger in a certain set of circumstances. So we can slap on a requirement and make it so that it only triggers if we are shifting. Yeah. So that's useful. Now we need to put some logic in it. And even though it's going to end up in a data pack, I like to do this kind of stuff in command block because then you can see the commands easier. So we're going to assume that it's already found the correct player since it only runs when it's in our hand. And then we're going to do a really simple test, but an important one. The reason this is important is because it distinguishes between the two states that the bundle can be in. Basically, it has items or it doesn't. Whoa. So right now it counts as empty. If we put an item in there, then it would not count as empty, and it won't overwrite any of the data. So it's really important to check for that. And then we need to do item modify. This is where we run into issues. So if we just copy this in here, you'll begin to see the issue. So it was set as copy NBT. That doesn't exist anymore, so we have to change it to custom data. Problem is, we're not actually modifying the custom data. So there's a decent chance that this won't work like at all. If we just do this, it's supposed to modify one slot, the first slot of the bundle. And if we take a peek, custom data, items, yeah. So it changes the custom data and we need it to change not the custom data. What's kind of funny and kind of sad is Mojang actually intended to make it so that you could do what we're trying to do here. There's a copy components one. It was supposed to be able to just copy all the components. Very convenient, definitely what you want to do. Supposedly though, it only accepts a block entity, but that's not confirmed. So we're gonna test it. Let's set this to be that. This torch might get deleted, but that I think is okay. Or it might not get changed absolutely at all. Now a potential workaround here is instead of copying components, we can set components, and that we can set very intentionally. We can change the bundle contents and we can put like an item in here. So this should actually delete the 3 leads. Let's just see. Yeah, it does. So it definitely works. The flaw being that we have to enter the items manually. But here's my real workaround, the real trick here. What if we use macros to replace this bundle contents? So we need to assemble that information, and we can use a storage here, basically to temporarily store our inventory information. So theoretically, okay, it half worked, but it didn't make it a list. Okay, there we go. So this is exactly what would be stored inside of bundle contents, and we can store it in a storage thingy. So we can just copy it right into the macro. Okay, so I've added the macro stuff. I just want to point out something here. This check is actually incorrect. It's still important, but now instead of checking for items, we check for bundle contents, just if the tag exists. It's basically the same thing as it was before. I'm not going to include the command blocks in this. I really do not want to lose those. Okay, so theoretically, if we shift, it should put everything in there. Hello there. It's not putting everything in there. Why not? You know, when I cut to stuff like this, you kind of assume this is my first time trying it. And it's like, oh, wow, it works on the first try. No. Just like changing a bunch of things. Like even I mixed up the order of the function name. It was like fill toolbag, but for some reason I inverted it. So toolbag fill, among other mistakes. But now you can see that it properly puts our inventory into the toolbag. You'll also notice it puts the bundle in there too, which could get a little bit loopy or recursive, I guess. You'll also notice we effectively have duplicates now. Now all we have to do to balance this out is just delete anything that isn't our main slot. So that's what this tests for. So if we're not selected on the second slot, 0, 1, 2, so that's the third slot, then it will replace it with air. But if we are selected on the slot that we're going to delete, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will fail. Wait, what? Oh, Oh, selected item doesn't actually have a slot. It just has the ID of the item and the count. Well, that actually might be tricky. Wait, what am I gonna do about that? Wait a second. You could actually just keep going with selected item and get selected. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this is actually easy. Okay, wow. I didn't even remember that existed. I thought it might be this or something, but that's funny. It's just the same thing, but with slot tagged on it. And theoretically, it does not replace it if we are selected on the item slot. But if we aren't selected, watch the ladders there. And there they go. Okay, sweet. All right, so that is added into the data pack. We need another bundle, but the recipe that this data pack added is broken, much like everything else. So we're going to re-add the recipe, and we're going to change it to the new recipe they just added in the snapshots, which is 1 leather and a string instead of a rabbit hide, which is really hard to get, and you feel bad for killing rabbits. Okay, so let's change this. Ta-da! Okay, so now we can craft as many bundles as we want. Is this oh, that's convenient. I didn't even set it to do that, but it just automatically will work in any slot. So now we need to enchant this. It is technically possible to get the enchantment in the enchantment table, but it has to be on a book. There it is, Toolbag, level requirement 16. Allow us to tap into our XP tank here. There we go, 16. And Toolbag. I'm kind of curious how much, oh, it's pretty cheap. All right, so this is a fully legit tool bag. That other one was more for testing. Do I want to test this on my hotbar? If I remove the command blocks. All right, so that definitely worked. And then the way that we make it give the items back. Oops, duplicated the bundle. All right, one of these is disappearing. I said disappearing. Disappearing. If I throw it down far enough, it actually gets sucked down. Well, okay. New plan. I know it doesn't burn it up, but you know. That's all it should take to not include the bundle. Excellent. Now that item delay is kind of long, so I was thinking maybe we could change it so that it's like you instantly pick up the items as soon as you drop them. Now that should be as simple as adding an advancement. Let's see if this works. What? So the reason we want to pick up items immediately is because if, let's say we spread them out like that, the order, it's really hard to tell if the order's mixed up, but the order can get mixed up. We can, if we spread it like that, and then we can have like, say, the dirt not be in front, which it was before. So it can totally mess up the order. If we pick them up immediately, then it won't do that. Additionally, let's say that this is lava and I like accidentally click really close and it wasn't perfectly facing down. So, you know, something could sort of like kind of hit the water and maybe get burnt up or something. Or even if there was like, say, a cactus and I was like throwing the items away, probably the stuff in my hotbar is pretty valuable. So I don't want to like accidentally throw it into a cactus and delete it. We just want to minimize the chance of your hotbar getting deleted when you, oh, that's not a sword, is it? Uh-oh. Run! Anywho, so you may have noticed a couple times there, it says you right-clicked a bundle. It's technically triggering every time a new bundle that has an enchantment is added into our inventory, but it also triggers when we right-click it for real. So what we can do is we can check for the items being like brand new, and we can change a stat that they have called pickup delay. So it's just one command. We just check for nearby items, up to 9 of them, because that's how many would be in our hotbar. We check for age 0, so it's not just going to affect every single item. And then we just turn down their pickup delay. So we reload, put stuff in here, and come on, give me some information. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I just needed to increase the distance from 1 to 2. Easy enough. Problem is, if they're that far away already, we might not be able to pick them up quick. Oh! Hey, look at that. Just immediately fills it up. And because they're items, let's say we had, you know, put some other things in here. Because it's dropping the items on the ground, it's a very normal way to interact. So it's not going to replace anything we have. It'll just put it into our inventory elsewhere. At any rate, it works. Wow, that worked pretty well, honestly. That works better than it did before. That's cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we need to test this in the wild, basically. We need to see, oh, I love that. I can face any direction and it picks them up. So much better. But what we need to see is, like, is it comfortable to use? Where's my stuff? Here it is. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go work on a redstone project that I've been meaning to do. Is basically, I'm going to swap my regular hotbar into the bundle and free up space to have redstone stuff in my hotbar. So we have a full complement of redstone stuff here. And what? Oh, okay, I need to fly somewhere. So this is an opportunity to see. Oh, I think I see a problem already. If I just do this. Yeah, see, if it's swapping our hotbar, these items should maybe go into this bundle before it drops these items. Yeah, because I want to fly down somewhere. Actually, I guess I could have just glided down. But it opened up a flaw in the design, which is important. So over here in the nether, we want a lot of bamboo stuff, like you remember from earlier. And I don't have a whole lot of bamboo, so we're going to be making a bamboo farm. So then let's consider the pros and cons here. If we don't switch, then we need 2 bundles. Basically 1 bundle per hotbar. But when we switch, the bundle isn't doing anything. So it would make sense if there's stuff here, if it actually swapped into it. I thought I had prevented that bug. Oh dear. I was gonna test a way to swap really quick. Are my items in here by chance? They're not. So it didn't store the items, but it did delete them. That's an expensive mistake. Basically what happened is, you know, when I was doing the selected item stuff, turns out that I deleted this other very important check, like I stated at the beginning, that checks whether this has items in it. If it has items in it, it's not supposed to delete an item. Obviously it did delete a lot of good items, but now it should be safe. Wow, I don't know. You might think this is command block survival, you know, no big deal. Let's just give a bunch of stuff, but it's not how we do things here. No, it happened a second time. Wait, why did it just delete everything? Okay, I fixed that bug, but we are missing some redstone and all the bamboo. Oh, we don't need a lot of bamboo for this farm to work. Is it over here? Oh, here it is. Ooh. Okay, let's only take half of that because I don't know. Actually, we don't have a tool bag in our inventory now, so nothing bad can happen. Unless, of course, I make a second one. I mean, this episode is about testing this thing. We have to test it. So this is my fishing farm. I just want to test and make sure the bundle works before bad things happen. So if I have saddles in there, I think the thing that makes the most sense is if we swap. There we go. Okay, this makes more sense. So we can put those back in there. Yeah, so the only way you can empty the bundle is you actually have to have an empty hotbar. when you right click it. Okay. Yeah, so a bamboo farm. Oh, I'm so scared to put this stuff in my inventory. I'm gonna reduce, like majorly reduce. So basically what I want to do is we get poppies. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see. So that alley picks up poppies, shoves them in here. They get turned into bone meal. And, you know, we should do something useful with this bone meal, like, you know, grow bamboo. So I was going to set up like a little farm here. I don't have a pickaxe. Well, I'm in the right place. This is an iron farm. So if we're just making a little simple bamboo farm here, let's try a manual one first, because I'm realizing that height-wise, piping it in isn't going to work, because underneath this cloud is like nothing. So we can't really go any lower than that. So we use some of the mud from the Sniffer farm. And bamboo is like as easy to grow as like sugarcane, for example. We can just put a piston above, and then... Actually, wait, does the observer need to be at the second height? Okay, we're gonna use the bundle. Just because. So we'll put, I don't know, some other stuff in here. Oh, okay. Oh, so I need the pickaxe back. So if I do this, I get the pickaxe back. Okay. So we'll have the observer look at the second one. I guess I need to break this, maybe. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it does that. I think we can put a copper bulb here, and then we can put an observer there. And because... Oh, gotta switch back. Okay, that's not bad. The fact that that you can be pointing any direction and you... Oh, it probably was because I was walking backwards. Yep. Break that. Okay, I made it a little bit more immediate, so even if we're walking backwards with haste or speed 2, yeah. Okay. Cool. That's even more immediate, more... Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Keep going here. One thing I'm noticing is it really helps if your bundle slot is kind of in your swap slot. If you need, what, like a crafting table? Oh, I don't have an axe. It's a good idea to just put the crafting table in that swap spot and then just swap the bundle back into it. Assuming this was full. I'm surprised how much the speed of swapping is making me like this, because it's actually fairly similar to what we had before, but way faster. And apparently that is enough to make a difference to me, so... Oops. I mean, there's always the lame solution of... Oh wait, the lame solution doesn't fit. Oh, maybe it does. And that, I'm pretty sure, will work. Swap back to the bone meal. It's pretty cool. So if I just hold right click. Okay. Alright, I want to like surround it so that the items aren't going to fly out anymore. So we're effectively going to add more blocks to our hotbar here. We can potentially stick a hopper. Wow, that's so quick. Underneath there to pick it up. Swap back. I'm starting to like it. Oh, it's a sticky piston. Whoops. Oh, that's... Wow, I almost did that without thinking about it. I just swapped really fast and switched to my pickaxe hotbar. Or slot. Interesting. That should prevent things from going awry. Swap back to the... Wow. Okay. It's looking good for this project. So then, is it all getting trapped on top of... Not really. It's all in there. Wow, I'm really blazing through the bone meal here. The farm's working though, and more importantly, the hotbar-swapping test is working quite well. Also, I didn't intend this, but this is actually an automatic farm. The bamboo will grow over time. and then it'll just get picked up in here. Wow. I can like, it's like as fast as I can press my hotkey, I can switch to it. I just like, I'm on 1 or I'm on 3 to mine. Like that's really nice. Yeah, so nothing too crazy, but it allowed us to test the hotbar. Works great. We can get bone meal or bamboo on demand. It'll pick it up passively too, so that's about all we need for the bamboo farm, really. Okay, so now I want to see how annoying is it, like... So we put this stuff back. Oh, actually, let me show you one sort of... I guess you could call it a bug. If there's something in your... that's stackable and it's not in your main hotbar like this, when we go to swap, the slabs, even though they're in the bundle, they're not going to show up in our hotbar. They're actually going to show up stacked on top of this, which is kind of weird. So that did kind of get annoying a few times. I was swapping to a hotbar and I was like, where's the slabs? And they're just in the main area. I think the only way we can fix that is if we like force the items into slots. But the problem is the way that we trigger it, the items exist in the world. So it would effectively duplicate them even if we did like a macro to handle it. So not 100% sure what to do about that yet, but let's put this stuff back. I guess in that case, it's really not that painful to put things back. But I have a lot of inventory space, so that could be slightly skewing it a little bit. Not sure. Overall, though, I have to say it's doing good. It's not annoying. It's like already like slotting into my intuition pretty quickly, and that's the mark of a really good gadget. Oh, I don't have silk touch to pick this up. Ah, yes. This is like all the stuff from End Cities and whatnot. There we go. An iron silk touch pickaxe. There we go. There's one thing I want to test with this bundle. One more thing. And this is much more obviously a bad idea. So I'm going to put my stuff in a chest here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put some stuff in a bundle. We're going to put a couple things on our hotbar. And yep, my armor's off. We're going to go hop into some lava. Oh wait, I should get some fire resist on. Try it. Yeah, that's what I thought. And his stuff burned up in the lava. I don't see any drops. But what I want to see is this swap fast enough that it won't burn up in the lava? So, let's find out. We'll just sit right here and we'll swap. Really? No way. I expected this to be a fail. I really did. What if we get like more lava? Okay, so we'll just go down in here and we'll swap. Really? It's so fast it can't even burn up. Well then, I don't think we need to like force it into the inventory. It's a little annoying, like if we do this, you can see it stacks into there. That is a little annoying, but the fact that it doesn't burn in lava, to me, is like, I think it's fine. Well, the Hotbar-Swapper has exceeded my... Whoa, that was laggy. It's exceeded my expectations. I'm really impressed. I could definitely see myself using this. And I mean, we used it during the Redstone thing, and it worked just fine. And guess what? The Datapack's in the description. I had an old one that was released, so I just updated it, which means you need to be on 1.21 for it to work. But yeah, if you're interested, go ahead, try it out, and have fun with your extra inventory space. Seriously, have fun with it, because it was a very expensive thing to test. Oh, sure, unbreaking too. I'm just going to get some tools and upgrade them. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I half enjoyed it, and half didn't enjoy it. Oh, that's expensive. I'm gonna have to go back to and see like what redstone stuff I deleted because I don't really remember. But hey, that's the trade-off of trying command blocks in the world. Oh. Oh, and look at this. I got some good stuff here. I'm gonna be fine. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, like I said, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later, later.